Hello, good morning everybody. I'm gonna just chat with you a few minutes while I say good morning. Set up my shop. This is kind of a test video. I want to see where everything is on the table and get my camera situated so that it's straight. Put the line, that would drive me nuts after a while. And I don't think it'll turn one way or the other, so what I'll probably end up doing is cockeying the table so that that line is straight. I'll show you. Because that shouldn't be like that. I don't like that. Doesn't make a better difference. Oh lordy, let's see. To move it all the way out that way to make it straight. Well, okay. What if we turn the... I'd rather turn the camera. How about we do this? Well, that's kind of tipped. Not like that. Well, you know what I could do? I know what I can do to fix it. I'll show you what I can do to fix it. Whenever we get out of breath sometimes, it's because I have asthma. And, you know, it's South Alabama. And so if I go outside or anything like that, I get kind of congested, I guess you'd call it. Just hard to breathe. Plus it's hard to breathe for anybody down here anyway in the summertime. This is August. So in the summertime, you know, it's hot and it's muggy and it's hard to breathe. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just put a tablecloth down. I'm also, as I'm moving around the room, I'm testing this audio. I'm testing the audio. So what will I need to put a tablecloth down here in my room? I need scissors. And I have a real pretty piece of cloth. I just love this tablecloth. I got it from Walmart. Oh, how I will be unhappy if it gets too destroyed. Let me just put that right there. I just put my spoons and spatula bowl over on a table on the side of my table here. Still within hand's reach, but you know, as I'm working here, I'm seeing how I can rearrange things to make things better. Better. I'll do this. Now I'm working on this cord, trying to pull it around the shelving unit so that I'm not bumping into it all the time. You know, Christmas is coming. Yay! I love Christmas time. Okay. This is such a pretty piece of fat. I'm just so, you know, somewhere somebody's making these lacy tablecloths, and wow, look at that. It's beautiful. I don't want to get it dirty. Ooh. Look at that. I bought it and a piece of it was ripped. I'll put some tape or something on that. Is it still going? Oh. I have a little rack underneath this shelf above my table here, and there's this little rack, this little bar of wood, and I throw my gloves over that so I can just reach forward and grab my gloves. If I need to change out my gloves or grab my gloves, they're not kicking all over the place. We'll see how it works living there. You know, everything needs a place to live. I feel like you can tell where something needs to live. Like objects that you bring home. I always look at the thing and say, where do you want to live? And I find a place for it, and if it likes it, you can tell, and if it doesn't like it, it'll always be in your way and irritating you. So everything needs a place to live. All that. I'm thinking I'm not going to cover the whole table. This is so pretty, I don't want to waste it. But I do have to cover this plastic table because if anything gets on it, I don't want to ruin that either. Let me see how it goes. How much? Oh, that's plenty. Plenty. I can really make that last a long time. Yeah, I got bit by the soaping bug just a few weeks ago, actually. My daughter has been doing it for years. And all of a sudden one day the light went on and I thought, I wonder if I can do that. So I tried it. Well, I spent about, 2 weeks, I think. I spent about 2 weeks doing, let's see, that's good. Just watching soap videos. And I got addicted to that at first. I don't know if you call it addicted, but I just loved it. And so I watched them. And then I thought, I wonder if I could do that. And I tried, and the first loaf was a beautiful success. And ever since then, I don't want to stop making soap. But I can only do so much because after a little bit of time, I hurt so bad, either standing, sitting, or laying. I can't do a lot of it. And as you can hear, I'm a little bit out of breath. I have all kinds of asthma medicines. Oh, Lord. I only take them if I have to because they tend to get quite expensive over time. But the soaping actually brings me so much joy. I mean, it's something I found that I really love to do. As a child, I always wanted a chemistry set, and boy, if I had only known about soaping. I never got a chemistry set. My mother didn't allow it. She said I would blow myself up. But I did take chemistry in college, and I enjoyed it. It was hard. The first chemistry was really hard. And I'm far from a mathematician, or a chemist, but it was worth taking the classes because I enjoyed it. enjoy it. Everybody's sleeping in my house right now. I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. It's the time when I get my coffee. And back in the olden days, people used to get up and have their coffee, and I remember this, and read the newspaper. And it was kind of their quiet, get their head together time. Well, now everybody has different forms of social media. I don't know of anybody who reads the newspaper much anymore. Most of it's kind of biased. I used to work for the newspaper briefly when I was a young woman. I think I was just 30. And I liked human interest stories. And I did a human interest story about a Russian fella who had come over here to the United States. Well, they threw him out of his country because he was a journalist, and he was writing words of freedom. So I went and talked with him, and I had to get a Russian interpreter from the high school. They sent me somebody over, and my daughter speaks Russian. But anyway, I got that story, and it was really nice. And editor-in-chief of a local newspaper called me and says, "Hey, let me take you out for a pizza." So we went out to pizza, and he critiqued my article. And he was a real tough old bird. Tough guy. And he's never complimented anyone, from what I understand. And he really didn't compliment me, really, other than that he was taking me out to pizza because he thought, he was interested in my story that I had written for another newspaper. He took me out to pizza and said, "If you want to be a good journalist," he said, "you could be a good journalist." He said, "If you want to be a better journalist, you need to put more quotes from this guy in your article. You only have a few." So that was his advice to me. I thought I might like to be a journalist, but sometimes when there's a fire in town at 3 o'clock in the morning and they call you up and say, "Get out there and take pictures and get the story," and it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. And I said, I don't want to do that. So I'll be back. No, I'll be back. I was just trying to decide whether or not I wanted to turn off the camera and come back, or just run out and go put this lace back in the drawer and come back, but I don't know how to do this yet, so I'm just going to keep it running one long story until I know better what I'm doing. That wasn't too long, now was it? And isn't that better? That ugly line doesn't show, and now you can look at a pretty lacy tablecloth until I get it all dirty. And then we'll see what happens. I'm thinking I might mix up some lye this morning. This shelf that I was telling you about that has the bar under it, well, it has a shelf, and I can set my coffee up on it. Look at that. Woohoo! Woohoo! It's the little things, little things in life. Put my scissors away. I can pick them up with my hands. Okay. Now, this is my little lye box where I keep my lye all plasticed and everything. And this is my sodium lactate. I put it in here because I always forget to put it in. So I set it over here on the way over side of the table. See, I said it. See if I can turn you and you can see it. See? sitting over there on the side of the table. And there's a light here. Okay, I'm going to put you back now. Be careful.